And I am live randomly. And I don't know why. I'm just trying to kill some time before I got to pick my daughter up here at 3:30. I just kind of want to vent a little. Oh. And see if anybody wants to hop in and see what's going on with our current no-name national contender vehicles. It's not going so hot. Very disappointed today. We keep getting parts that either break or are incorrect, and it's getting beyond frustrating. Today, I went to go get a replacement rocker shaft for Nacho. The dude that we ordered this 1.6 ratio kit gave us the part number, and he said he won't be able to get his new shafts replaced until Monday. I'm antsy and don't like to wait, so gave O'Reilly's, AutoZone, and CarQuest the part number. CarQuest in Waukon, Iowa said that they had that part and could have it here today at noon. Can you guys hear me, by the way, in the chat? Anyway, I go and drive 30 minutes to Waukon, Iowa. 30 minutes back home. I get to the garage and I unwrap the rocker shaft, and I'm like, oh, there's only four bolt holes to mount this onto a head. That's not Mopar style. Mopar has 5. I'm like, oh, well, whatever. And it's about that much shorter. And I do some searching. I guess it's for like a Ford after I dig in part numbers. So we got some old stamp style rocker arms that I'm not going to mess with tonight, but I got a set of Proform rocker shafts, the blue anodized ones. I'm going to take that over to Sexy Machinist this afternoon after I pick my daughter up from school, and I'm going to play Ugly Machinist and try to take 90 thousandths out of each hole and try to make these other shafts, these U shafts, work with our PRW rockers. I mean, we were going to remove one spacer and reassemble everything and fire this thing up, and it went tink and snapped the other day. So just a uphill battle, man. We need some luck like yesterday. What is up, Jay? Twin Hacker, what's up, brother? How's everybody else's projects going? Hopefully better than ours. On the bright side, the Motley Crew cab is mint. 600 miles on it since we figured it out. It's running like a mule on meth, man. It's kicking hard every gear. It's throwing you back. Motor's breaking in. Jeremy feels like it's a little bit quicker than it was, which that makes sense. He's been trying to do draggy passes, but he cannot hook up on the street. So if somebody wants to send Jeremy some pimp juice, that would be appreciated. Our track is open this weekend, but our car is currently not running, and Jeremy has to work this weekend, so that ain't going to happen. And the only other track date before Sykeston is Cedar Falls, Iowa, the weekend before. So Currently, yes, 323s in the triple pickle. Our buddy in town has a set of 391s or 373s that we're gonna probably swap in before Sykeston. I talked to your partner in crime yesterday, Jay. He's got that RV 727 and he needed a tail shaft, and it's the converter that he's got a 66, so that's a different spline count. So he's got a bunch of different problems going on. Throw the 318 in it for this year. White Trash Motorsports, not much, just waiting to go get my kid from school, and then I get to go down to the machine shop and try to make a rocker shaft work with this 1.6 ratio stuff by hogging holes out. So all we've been doing lately is just hogging material out just to go to 1.6 ratio. It's been nothing but a headache. So I'm about ready to just put Chinese 1.5 Proforms back on it, but I don't know. We already spent all this money. I gotta turn the fan on. It's hotter than hubs on OJ's Bronco in here. So, in other news, the Slant 6 Duster, just perfect like it always is, never lets me down like the Barracuda. Just built a bench flash harness for HP tuners. Cool, dude. I don't know. All I can think about is rocker shafts right now and how pissed off I am. Dudes with wrenches. I had to watch 2 TikTok ads just to get in here. You're welcome. Well, thanks, man. I didn't know I had TikTok ads. Usually when I go live, I use StreamYard, and then after the live's over with, then I go back into my YouTube analytics and then turn monetization on. When you go live on YouTube, you get the option to do that right away. So that's what I did. I'm sorry, my Iowa brethren, that you had to sit through and watch TikTok ads, the thing that made you famous. The beer cans, they're just too weak. They weren't holding down. They're crushing too easy. So we threw that out the window. So we got to go back to factory style shafts. I don't know if Miller Lite cans are a little bit thicker material. I'm not sure, but I ain't gonna drink the shit to find out. So let's use this as an example. This is a shaft, right? Imagine there's holes through it. Well, let's see. See this hole right here. For the 1.6 ratio, you need to oblong this 360-degree hole. This is a perfect hole, just like any Mopar shaft. Perfect circumference. To go to 1.6 ratio, you need to oval this hole out so it can change its geometry with the shims that go underneath the base in between it and the saddle of the head, or the standoff of the head, whatever you want to call it. And that throws your rocker or your push rods in closer to the head material. So then you got to hog out head material. Anyway, it's all in to get like 20 to 25 horsepower, and it gives you about 20 thousandths extra duration on your cam. It actually seems to, it'll make your cam bigger in theory, 20 thousandths overall. So currently it's a 533, and it'll bump it up to like a 562 on the intake. The exhaust was like a 552, and that's going to bump it up to like a 589 on the exhaust. So On the oblonged holes, they're beveled around the edges. On the on the outside edges, they're really beveled, and on the bottom, but it's a really sharp edge on top. Well, when you have your push rods in the motor already, and your mounting hardware goes through the hole and there's threads on it, and you use the mounting hardware to seat your rod down into those standoffs, and you start your way from the middle and apply even force as you tighten it down evenly across a little at a time. Well, that thread on the hardware when you're mounting it down was catching on the top of the hole where it wasn't beveled so well. And after looking at it, it looks like it was chipped a little bit. So I think a thread, when it was pulling down, chipped it. And then when we got our final measurements for spacers to have 20 thousandths in between each rocker, we had to pull one spacer out. And as we were loosening the bolts, starting from the center, boom, 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 center, boom, 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 loosening things, you heard tink. And then all of a sudden, that cast Chinesium shaft was a two-piece shaft all of a sudden. And that was very depressing because all we had to do is take one spacer out, and then we were going to mount them, set the lash, put the intake on, throw the valve covers on, hook up plugs, fuel line, fire the bitch up, and back it out of the garage and go put some miles on it. So now we don't have 2 weeks, 3 weeks to wait for another set of shafts. So I'm going to Sexy Machinist Andy's tonight, and we're going to try to make what we have, old factory stuff, work with this 1.6 ratio stuff. And if that don't work, I don't know. Go back to stamped 1.5 ratio. We got stamped push rods, stamped rockers. We got cupped push rods and Chinesium aluminum roller rockers, and we got these stainless roller rockers from PRW. And I prefer to use the PRW stainless stuff because if you remember when we did our first fire up and break in with the Chinesium Proforms, one of the hold down bolts snapped right after we broke the cam in, and that could have been scary and ate a bunch of stuff up. So you broke a shaft. Okay, so hopefully that explains everything, dudes. Yeah, it's you got to increase the yaw with the root length, diameter divided by length times 4. Patrick, I'm late, but what was the electrical issue with Jeremy's crew cab? He had some bad connections. They were just kind of shitty, so we redid all that. We found a couple bad grounds, and in conjunction, it wasn't just electrical, it was also fuel pressure too. So we got a new welcome back Kada high volume fuel pump and 3/8 line ran on that. The Motley Crew Cab Dart is running like a raped ape. It's on top of things. Jeremy's put 600 miles on it in like a week and a half. You know, some guys can't even get 400 miles on their cars in 3 months. So Jeremy's been putting tanks of fuel in it and cruising it and cruising it and cruising it and getting it broke in. Hey Bear Rose, how's it going, brother? It does suck. It sucks. What's up, Raker? Hey Andy, how's it going, man? Just waiting for my kid to get off school so I can go down to the machine shop and pretend to be a machinist. Max Dick, what's happening? It sounds like my youngest daughter's trying to break into the computer room here. So yeah, that's where we're kind of at. It's been nothing but a shit sandwich served up on a shitty platter every day, it feels like, for the past 3 weeks. But we ain't going to give up. We ain't going to quit. the damn Barracuda is going to run some way, shape, or form. It's just, I'm sick of getting pushed back every time. I haven't put out a video because every time I'm at the end of the video, all right, it should be running tomorrow. And then something totally messes up. And then we got to wait a week. And then we get the stuff. Okay, should be running tomorrow. Then something breaks. And it's just like, man, why do I want to edit all that and post it up? I'm just sick of it. I do have a dart video coming out here soon. That will be solving Jeremy's electrical issue and fuel issue. So that should be a good one. Oh, and he put an H pipe in, straight pipe with 45-degree turnouts in front of the Hoosier tires. So it's stupid loud right now. So it's perfect for the filthy hippie. Oh, let's see. Other than that, the other two projects that we wanted to build this summer are still sitting in the same place. We got the Dodge D200 440 truck. That transmission is all gone through and built with the TF2 kit, Red Eagle clutch kit. So that's ready to go. Terry's got my 440 up at his house and my torque converter. I got big block mounts from Duddy. I got about everything I need to put that 440 in that D200. And then that's a 1973 tin grill turquoise truck with beautiful patina, hardly any rust. But it's got a floater Dana 60. It's a 200, you know, so we'll get it running maybe this winter. We also got Jaybo's, sorry for calling him the real name. We got Jaybo's 1986 Dodge D50. We got almost every single damn part that truck needs to be started and worked on. That'll probably be this winter also. That's going to be a Magnum 360 with the bumpy bump stick in it. 3200 stall converter 904, full manual cheetah valve body in it, and yeah, he's got everything bought up for that thing, all the little stuff that you don't think about. That sucks about the rocker shafts. 1.6s on a Mopar is the pain. Yeah, shoot. I thought just buy the stuff and bolt it in. That is not the case. There's so many hours of work in it already. I mean, I posted the picture of the shop vac with all the aluminum shavings from the pushrod guides that you have to remove just to get that, you know, I'd like 10,000ths clearance, you know, for flex and whatnot. Again, folks, I'm not intelligent about being a hot rodder. I don't know what I'm doing, so don't take any advice from me. I just try to stumble and bum my way through this stuff, and hopefully it works. So we try to find a middle road in between sketchy and the right way. I went up, my buddy used to put his engine in, but the dyno guy wasn't even started yet. Had to go back home. Well, that sucks. How's the shop coming? We met with the guy last week and went over blueprints, and they're supposed to be doing dirt work and footings like any day now. So tick-tock, it's September. Ground freezes for sure in December, maybe November. I mean, we got probably till November to get the shop up and built, or it's going to be another pushback till spring. This time, at least, if we get pushed back till spring, that we won't be fighting with the city and the DNR and the Army Corps of Engineers, because Jaybo's house is so close to the Mississippi River. They got a flood plat map and his lot was like in the orange zone, which is like potential risk of flood. But I used to live there until the early 2000s. And I remember the 93 flood was comparable to the 63 flood on the Mississippi River. And there wasn't even an inch of water in that side lot. So I think it got to like 28 feet that year, that goes over the levee in town, over the railroad tracks. J68 Formula S Barracuda was underwater during that flood, up to only about 6 inches of the roof was sticking out, except for the side that was crushed on the passenger side from when he rolled it. So yeah, that's exciting. If we can get Jabo's shop going up, that's going to be about, the contractor's going to build it so there's no scrap. So it could either be 50 or 54 by 44 or 46, however it comes out with the least amount of scrap. And then it's going to have, I think, 11-foot sidewalls. So we'll be able to get a 4-post lift in there and not live the jack stand life anymore. That'll be very convenient. And attic trusses are out of this world expensive right now. So we might be scrapping the attic trusses, which kind of sucks because it would be nice to have a bonus area upstairs the whole length and width of your shop. So you could, Jabo loves foosball and pinball. It's like the old guy's video game nerd, right? Foosball and pinball. So he's really into that stuff. If you ever see him in a bar and there's a pinball machine there, he's probably slapping the silver ball around, closing his eyes, just playing by feel. I guess they called him Pinball Wizard in the 80s or some shit. Who knows? But I do remember as a kid, there was a restaurant called the Riverview, and he'd walk by the machine, and if his record was ever broke, he'd pound quarters into that thing until he beat the guy that broke his record. So, and he'd pound a bunch of beers too while he was doing it. What up, dude? Mopar Man 78. Yeah, I'd like to tell each and every one of you thanks for stopping in for just this random live of me kind of venting, just bummed out, upset, discouraged. I don't know what you call it, but persistence always pays off, guys. And we're just got to keep trying to figure shit out. Hey, what's up, Rich? GT350R. I told Jay the other night, I'm like, you know what? Let's just sell everything and buy a Hellcat. No, that wouldn't be any fun. So, yeah, in about 15 minutes, I got to peel out to go get get young daughter ready. And then at, I think 5 o'clock, I'll be able to head down to Sexy Machinist, Andy's, and try to make some stuff work. Hey, Patrick, how's it going, man? You get the rear gear in the Duster? How's that coming along? Blake, did you see the 4-door Valiant I brought home? I did see that. You've been teasing people with that thing for months, haven't you? That was on the side of the road for sale for a while, wasn't it? You finally pulled the trigger? Looks nice and clean. Yeah, keep it a slant 6 car. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy it like how I enjoy my Duster. Duster always puts a smile on my face because it just, every time I jump in it, hit the gas pedal 3 times, hit the key, go anywhere you want in the country. It's still whining, huh? Yeah, it's like me and Ryan Wing were talking this morning. And it's like these cars know that we have an event to go to. So they're playing hard to get right now because they're not sure what the event's about. They're scared. They just want to stay in their garages where they're safe. Hey, I didn't do it, John. I was putting tie rod ends on my truck and sway bar end links because not only do you have to have a car to race there, but you have to have a tow rig to make it there, right? And then I found out I got a bad wheel bearing on the passenger side, so I got to do that tomorrow. But you know, Jay's like, "Hey, I'm gonna take one of these spacers out," and he was loosening up the shaft and just went tink. I could faintly, I thought I heard it, and Jay wasn't even pissed. He didn't scream, he didn't throw any wrenches, slam any doors or anything. He just looked at me with rocker shaft in two pieces and lays it down on the table. And he's like, "I'm going home." And then I went in there and looked at it. And I'm like, "Oh my God." I mean, we're this close, guys. This close. We're in the final hour. It's just like every time we're ready to put the hood on the car, it's like, no, just get kicked in the nuts. Hey, if it was easy, nobody would drive a Tesla. Wait, what? Yep, keeping it stock. Was out scrubbing the floor after taking the seats out to assessment of the rust of the floor. I'll be posting the video later. All right, find the build sheet underneath the back seat. We have all been there. Yeah. Yeah, but Wilburn, it's Jay's fault. You know, might have to just put an LS in the damn thing. Oh, you got to do wheel bearings on your truck again, Jay? Didn't you just do that not that long ago? Yeah, and of course I'm an idiot and ordered the one with the ABS sensor when I didn't need it. So whatever, I'll just cut it. That should work, right, Matheson? I mean, same damn thing. Nice, good job, Mopar man. Actually found the build sheet in my car. Fascinating information. LS gets my vote. Yeah, I'm just shitting you guys there. Thou shall not LS swap. Damn it. The only time I'll put an LS in anything is if I own a Chevy, which will probably be highly unlikely anytime soon. There's a, I know where there's a, I don't know what the hell kind of car it is. It's like a Fox body Ford, like a late 70s, 78, 79 two-door thing. Ugly as shit is how it was explained to me. Um, a buddy of ours has it, was going to turn it in a circle track car, but he says it's super clean and no rust, but he doesn't have a title for it. So might be interested to go check that out one day. Maybe that's something you could put an LS in. Piss off the Ford guys. Which that's been going on for as long as I can remember. People have been putting Chevys and Mustangs ever since I can remember. So the poor Ford guys have been dealing with it for a long time. Yeah, I heard Oscar the Grouch. He's got the LS swapped Mustang. He puked rods outside of the block last weekend, making a little boost. Let's see here. So yeah, Wilburn, keep coming back to you, buddy. Why don't you come up here and finish the Barracuda for us so we can take a break? I thought all Foxes came with an LS motor until I seen one with the Windsor. Right? Yeah, I was. What the hell was I talking? I was talking to Jason from Rapid Transit Garage yesterday, and he's got some unexpected work that he's got to do at his work, so he's got like a total of 4 free days till No Name Nationals. And he's got a Poly 318 tail shaft, it's a fan, complete, everything on it, every pulley, alternator, 2-barrel carb, runs like a champ. Or he's got a 440 and a RV stubby 727, but he doesn't have a torque converter and he doesn't have any pulleys, and he's got 4 days. And I'm like, yeah, not the 440, dude. Definitely not the 440. If you got tail shaft to fan on that Poly 318, make it to the first year No Name Nationals, guys, anybody for that matter. You don't have to run the fastest you've ever ran in your life the first year. Just make it there and make passes. Then come back and improve next year. Don't worry about the paint job. Show up with it looking like shit. Come back the second year with it looking awesome. Shit, save some of this stuff for this winter. You don't want to burn the candle at both ends and not have anything to do this winter. That's my idea. Vice Grip Garage got it right. He's putting a Hemi in a Chevy. I seen that. I'll have to watch that. It seems like his channel pops up at the end of everything I ever watch. Just auto plays Vice Grip Garage. And I like Derek, and his channel's great. It's just I don't really want to watch every episode. When he's got like dusters and Mopar stuff on there, I really like watching it. But I kind of get, the mannerisms, the lightning hoses, and talking like my aunt from northern Wisconsin. Oh, let me squeeze on right by you there, buddy. Yeah, and Jay, you need to be putting that poly in for him while he's at work. You got to be a real stand-up buddy. You and the son can do it. Surprise him. Get it in there. 29, I thought it was 28, Wilburn. It's 28 for us to hit the road. So remove one of those days for us long haulers. Anybody have a pair of chrome Valiant taillight housings? I think the Barracuda ones are interchangeable. No, not here, man. Somebody in Missouri probably has some. I mean, you live in Missouri. They got all kinds of shit in your state. I'm sure you'll find something. My Cornet might be the slowest. I have J's. Yeah, he's gonna poly it already. Yeah, I just read that. Vice Grip Garage is getting his own show on Motor Trend. Yeah, I seen that. It's like ditch to road or something, or who knows. Yeah, I wish John was building the car this whole time. Wouldn't that be fun, folks? To see the guy that's putting the event on under the gun trying to build something to make it there. That'd be really funny, John. I'd like to watch that. Yeah, at least we're not I haven't seen an update on Dust Devil Garage's Duster, but I imagine it probably looks the same. Half red. Yeah, you could have done both of them, Wilburn. Don't be passing the buck on us. Oh, no shit. Both sides are black. That should make it run good. Hopefully it gets that thing cracked off. I want to see that car there. I'm in Virginia right now. Wife forced me to take a vacation. You go on a vacation like every month, Jay. Can I get a job working for you or wherever you work? Are them quarter panels going to be done by No Name when you get back from vacation? Oh, what else? Yeah, so Jeremy's Motley Crew Cab, aka the Triple Pickle, aka the Bolt Action Dart, is potentially going to get, what did I say, 373s, 391, 391s, 373s, one of those two gears. Our buddy in town has one with the 742 case, same case as what's in the car right now. So we might be sliding some axles and shoving some hogsheads in, make her a little spiffier down the track, give Duddy a run for his money, being that, you know, Von Dudman's got 4 tons in his 8 3/4 stroker motor also. So, but Jeremy's has been running. Jeremy's in the lead. Oh, come on, Wilburn. You got plenty of time. You could start building it right now. Is your house remodel over? Start building the Roadrunner. I like to give John a hard time, folks. You know you're my friend if I give you a hard time. That's how we roll up here. Our sense of humor is pretty whack, I guess. We're kind of mean to each other. So if it seems like we're being assholes, just we're trying to have fun with you guys. Don't take it personal. Our humor isn't for everybody. Some people have found that out. So if we're flipping you shit, it's because we like you. Otherwise, we probably don't even talk to you at all. I say, Wilburn, now that you have all this extra time, you should fly up here. Give us a hand. Well, folks, I hear the alarm going off in the background. That's letting me know I got 5 minutes left to wrap this up. So if you guys have any questions, got 5 more minutes, ask away. I'd like to say thanks to each and every one of you that stopped in on this random live and watched me mumble for 40 minutes. Later, white trash. Wilburn's still got a ton of work to do in the house. It's a shame. Same here. If they don't flip you off, they're not a friend. Exactly. Peckerwood Customs, what's happening, mate? How's the upside down? Oh, well, thanks for being here, Bear Rose. I appreciate it. And, you know, it's not like you had to watch as long as you heard my rambling in the background. Could have been just a podcast. But I don't know which section we're on, Wilburn. Is it? It's got to be in the red. Blood's rushing to my head. Oh, sounds like somebody wants to say hi. Well, thank you, sweetheart. All right, come on. Come here. You want to say hi? Oh, this is Afro Circus, my youngest daughter. She's a year and a half. Her name's not Afro Circus, it's Jamie.
Look.
And her favorite show is Paw Patrol.
Look.
Yep. Her favorite snack is bananas. And she doesn't like soda, so that's good. She likes milk and water. Good job, Jamie. You little curly head. Anyway, now I see my wife is calling me, so I see people are dropping out. Thanks for stopping. And we'll see you later. I promise you I'm going to get a video out this week sometime about the Motley Crue cab and how it's back on the road, ripping up the streets and terrorizing old ladies. So you get to see all of that. And yeah, until we get the nacho running, you won't see a video on that probably until we get it running again. So, all right, stay tuned, folks, and have a great day. Thanks for stopping in. Bye.